was still traumatized sitting on my couch after what happened yesterday. 2018, March 16th. A day after I got my Nintendo Switch. And every time I heard the word Nintendo Switch, I would always think of that. I tried telling my parents again to try to get a new one. Nothing worked. They didn't believe me. So I just simply stopped playing. And then a notification came up saying Minecraft came out. And I was really happy, but I was also way too scared to play the Nintendo Switch after what happened yesterday. But I tried it anyway. I begged my parents to get Minecraft. They finally said yes after a couple of minutes begging them. I was still traumatized when I got the Minecraft for the Nintendo Switch. After I put the disc in, the screen was glitching. It was going static for split seconds. And then whenever I went to the game, it seemed normal at first. So I played a little Minecraft, made a video, and it just said, "You sure you want to get off Minecraft?" Whenever I was about to slay a zombie. And then it just kicked me off, turned it off, and I turned it off, and then it turned itself back on, and then all of a sudden, one of the creepiest things happened. The Joy-Con just slid off, and the other one did, and they both were just floating there. And it went back to the Nintendo Switch and slid back onto the Nintendo Switch. At that point, I was even more traumatized than I already was yesterday. Then I tried playing Mario Kart, and it just went. There was no sound soon. When I was about to finish the final map of one of the levels, it just cut the static and showed demon eyes. If you don't know who that is, check out the last video. And he had blood drawn from his eyes. His eyes were just pure black, just black. And then he got a knife and just cut a smile on his face and put his finger on his cut smile to get blood and wrote on the screen, "Are you happy now?" And at that point I was so traumatized, I turned it off and I almost wanted to just break it. And this painful memory will not go away. I hid under my blanket. The next morning, I couldn't get a 1 minute of sleep. My parents came in and said, "Why did you not get any sleep? Why were you screaming?" And then I had to tell them. And then they checked out my Nintendo Switch. To my surprise, it was all normal. But whenever they went to the Me, all of the Me's that I created for my mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, all my other family members, it just went to demon eyes. They all turned the demon eyes. And it started getting closer to his face. And then the legs of all the other Me's besides demon eyes all their legs just cut off and blood was squirting out everywhere onto their face to the screen. My parents were shocked, but they didn't believe me. They thought I put something in there, so they grounded me for about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes. Then it just turned off, and then turned back on. And then they heard me screaming. And I was screaming so loud my throat was hurting, and I could barely even breathe as I was screaming and panicking. My parents came rushing up and said, "What is wrong with you now?" And they saw the Nintendo Switch floating. Now they believed me. Then they called the ambulance because they realized I had blood all over me and scars after the Nintendo Switch burnt me on my leg, near to my knee. Whenever I got to the hospital, the power just went out, and all the doctors just left and said goodbye. And at that point, I was getting really scared at the point of crying again. And then one of the doctors came in with a huge smile, had marks all over her eyes, or around her eyes, her head, and she said, "Don't worry, honey, you'll be safe with me." So she took me to her house. I declined and then I tried to kick and scream, try to get out, but to fail and to escape. Then she took me to a room and then said, "What is your last word you want to say?" And then I called my parents. Luckily, they were right by the room. They heard me and saw the doctor or nurse trying to stab me. But then luckily my parents came and got me, and they called the police and locked her in the room. And then she couldn't get out since there was no windows. And the authorities came and the FBI came. She had mental problems that made her go crazy. I didn't want to say she was a psychopath, but it seemed like it at first. But then, so I went to back to my house, and just couldn't stop thinking about what just happened. And then TV went on. Demonized's face was right there, with one of my me's, and then just got a bucket of acid and poured it onto his face, melting his face off, and then showing the skeleton, or known as the skull of the head. And I just screamed so loud that I could barely even breathe. I couldn't breathe that much. Then Demonized somehow came out of the TV and looked me right in the eyes for a couple of seconds, then said, "Shh, it's gonna be all right." Then I pushed him, and his head just broke, bleeding out. His head was bleeding. To be continued.